Hello, I am Mac, at least for a day, and everything's going to be okay. And today is a very special day because we finally got the announcement of Hello Games' next giant, epic new game. So Sean Murray has hinted about this. Well, he's pretty much just mentioned it twice, I think, in two different interviews. Like 5 years ago, Sean Murray mentioned that they were working on a new epic-sized game similar to the size of No Man's Sky, and then he hinted about it in another interview more recently, and we didn't know when they were going to finally give us some idea what this game was like. And today, tonight, it's pretty late. I'm recording this because it's so exciting, but tonight we finally got the trailer for Light No Fire, Hello Games' new procedurally generated fantasy game. It's exactly what I was hoping that the new game Hello Games makes would be. I was hoping that it would basically be a fantasy game like Skyrim, but procedurally generated giant open world like No Man's Sky is. And that's exactly what Light No Fire is. You can ride on dragons. Like, riding on dragons is almost exactly like flying on your ship. You get inside your ship, and, well, except you don't fly out into space, of course. All of it takes place on a single planet. The trailer said that it's a fantasy Earth, and there's I'm pretty sure there's no space travel or anything. So in the trailer, the person gets into their gets onto their dragon, and the amount of time it takes for them to get on it is exactly how long it takes to get onto your ship. So, like, the animation of getting into your ship, just takes about a second, and it was the same when the character jumped onto the back of the dragon. So basically, flying on dragons is just like flying your ship in the atmosphere of a planet, um, based on the based on what the trailer looked like. Yeah, in the trailer, the character got on a dragon and flew around, and it's multiplayer. They showed multiplayer already happening, so they've already got it set up for multiplayer and everything. Um, uh, I don't know if it'll be the same as No Man's Sky. I'm guessing it'll be a lobby system like No Man's Sky. They probably won't make it like MMO with, like, giant servers that they have to run or anything. That's really expensive. I think they'll probably, I mean, this game pretty much seems like a reskinned No Man's Sky, and I'm not saying that in a negative way. It really seems like they took No Man's Sky's tech. They made really cool biomes that would be like in a fantasy RPG. There's like an undead wasteland in the video, and there's like beautiful lush forests, and there was like more exotic plants similar to like some of the alien trees that are in No Man's Sky, and of course giant mountains. Um, and yeah, like I said, there were multiple players in it, which I assume were probably Hello Games, Hello Games developers, all playing together, and it showed them building houses. So they'll basically be base building like in No Man's Sky, except the houses were like log cabins or like had stone brickwork, and it showed people building. So the base building will be similar to No Man's Sky, how we just, plop something down, except with it was similar to Fortnite in that, after they ordered something to be built, like you saw the bricks flying together and building the wall, the brick wall being built brick by brick, similar to how, like, the wood planks in Fortnite. Oh my gosh. That sandworm looked like it was trying to attack me. Yeah, similar to how in Fortnite, boards for the wooden walls that you make in Fortnite slowly come together and build themselves magically. It was the same way, like bricks were flying together to build a brick wall or a stone wall, when the person was building their house. So I mean, obviously, we don't know what all the features will be, but just from the trailer, you should definitely watch it. It's on Hello Games's. It was in the trailer was played in the Game Awards, of course, but you can just go to Hello Games Tube YouTube channel and watch the Light No Fire trailer. I mean, if you're here, you've probably already seen it anyway. But thank you for watching this and hearing my reactions to it. But from the trailer, it seems like all the features that will be in it are basically features that are in No Man's Sky. Like I said, it's like they've reskinned No Man's Sky into a fantasy world. However, they did show like a city area or something, and it had like giant creatures, like some kind of giant person and other fantasy creatures and stuff. So I don't know how it'll work. It'll probably be similar to how there's settlements in No Man's Sky. Like there'll be small towns and maybe small cities that you can visit. I mean, it's procedurally generated, but it's all a one planet, and it's really exciting. They said like it's an unexplored planet, so it'll be like No Man's Sky where we can all explore and discover things. But since it's just one planet, probably everything will be discovered eventually. So unlike No Man's Sky, where it's literally impossible for the human race to explore every planet in No Man's Sky before our sun burns out. This planet in this fantasy world likely will eventually be fully explored by all the players of the game, which is awesome because then eventually everything will be mapped out, all of the locations will be named or whatever, and you'll get to go. Like, who knows? I'm just speculating now, but there may come a time where maybe something like EVE Online where there'll be some kind of battle. I don't know if there'll be PvP. There probably won't be. But there could be, and I'm sure people will, create interesting things even if there isn't PvP. But you could go to some place and like, oh, this is where this one player who became king ruled for a long time until he was finally deposed. And I'm really just rambling, but I'm so excited because this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted a game like Skyrim, but giant procedurally generated open world with no invisible walls and no end. It's going to be a planet-sized planet. People correct me when I say that the planets in No Man's Sky are planet-sized planet. Like, yes, they're not exactly the size of the Earth. They're smaller than the Earth, but they're the size of a small planet. So they are planet-sized planets. But anyway, so this will be like one planet, and we'll get to fully explore it and create civilizations there maybe. And I probably shouldn't get too hyped. Like, everybody got overhyped when the No Man's Sky trailer first came out, but this is a bit different because we know what No Man's Sky is like now. We can expect most of what will be in it, and I think I'm having fairly realistic expectations of what it'll be like. It'll be No Man's Sky, but on a single planet, and we'll get to have medieval technology like bows and arrows and hopefully magic spells. I don't think I saw any characters casting magic, but hopefully there's magic. I mean, it looks like a pretty magical world, so it's a fantasy world. There's got to be magic, so hopefully you can be a magic caster. I didn't see them using any like magic projectiles or anything, but oh man, I'm so excited. Like, even if there isn't magic projectiles, it's fine. Like, it'll be cool just like fighting with swords and bow and arrow and hunting out in the forest and building your base and like building a civilization with other players. And oh, it's going to be so cool. I'm sure when the game comes out, we don't know when it's going to be. The trailer didn't say anything about when. It took 3 years for No Man's Sky to come out after the first trailer came out for No Man's Sky. So I would say that's a reasonable amount of time. I know people aren't going to like that, but even though the game looked fairly developed, I mean, it definitely seems like it's more developed than No Man's Sky was when its first trailer came out. But I think a reasonable expectation would be maybe 3 years before we'll actually see this game. I could be wrong. Maybe it's a lot farther along and it will be like 1 year or something. But the fact that they didn't give us a time range means it's probably not going to be ready anytime real soon. So don't expect it to be out anytime soon. Like expect it to be like 3 years or so. Um, but that's fine. I mean, the really nice thing is that while we're hyped for Light No Fire, we can still play No Man's Sky. So, and I'm sure they'll keep updating No Man's Sky while we wait. So we can continue enjoying No Man's Sky, and then eventually someday we'll get Light No Fire, and we'll get to be medieval knights and mages and dragon riders and everything in an exciting fantasy world. At the end of the trailer, there's something very similar to the Atlas. It was like a giant red ball, like the Atlas, but it had like a white star in the center of it, and then like a three-pronged like pedestal thing holding the ball. So I don't know if they're just going to do something similar to the Atlas, like there'll be some kind of god crystal thing. That's like in the lore or something that like created the world, or what would be really crazy, which I doubt this will be the case, but imagine if this is a planet in the No Man's Sky universe. Like imagine if like this is just one planet out there. No one will ever be able to find it because there's so many planets in No Man's Sky, but there just happens to be one planet where civilization has developed, but they don't have space travel yet, but they have medieval armor and weapons, and they're just living on this lush planet in medieval times somewhere in No Man's Sky, but no one will ever find it. Probably not. That would be crazy if like the Atlas was in this game because it's also the No Man's Sky universe, but probably not. The ball thing was somewhat similar to the Atlas, but it was also different. So they're probably just going to do something similar but not the same. It's probably a totally different universe, and I kind of hope it is. I hope it's a totally new universe so that it's not a simulation and it's not I don't know. We don't want it to be sci-fi or anything. We want it to be fantasy because I mean there isn't magic in No Man's Sky. I mean all the magical seeming stuff we use is technology and whatnot. I mean I want to have actual magic and stuff like that. I mean and there was like undead, like the trailer showed skeletons walking around, like I said, undead wasteland and everything. So there's definitely going to be like magic and necromancy and stuff. So it's probably a totally different universe or something. But anyway, I am super duper excited. I've got to kind of keep my hype in check because, like I said, it's probably going to be several years before we get to play this game. If they haven't give us any kind of time range, then it could be a really long time. But anyway, I'll stop rambling. I'm super duper excited. We're probably, I don't know if we're going to end up getting an update to No Man's Sky this year. It's getting kind of late. Well, it's the beginning of December, but we've never gotten a big update in December. I think all we've ever gotten in December is a redo of the expeditions. So I'm guessing we're going to get to redo the expeditions soon, and there'll be no more updates this year, but then next year we should get the last autophage update, because Sean said there was going to be 4 updates in a series, and we've gotten 3 updates that were kind of in the Corrupted Sentinel autophage series. So yeah, the next big update should be next year, and it'll be the final autophage update. So anyway, looking forward to that. And if we do get the expedition redo, I think I may redo the expeditions. The first 2 expeditions this year are really good. They were like Corrupted Sentinels and then the autophage. Then the last one's kind of boring. I may skip the last expedition because it's just like a, I don't know, scanning creatures expedition. I don't remember. But anyway, really cool. I'm really hyped for Light No Fire, but like I said, we've still got No Man's Sky to keep us occupied and hopefully give us something to do while we wait for Light No Fire to finally come out and we finally get to play a fantasy world that's procedurally generated giant open world like No Man's Sky. I can't wait. That's going to be so awesome. When Light No Fire comes out, I'm going to like completely, play that as the thing on my channel I mean, I'll still play No Man's Sky if they keep updating it, but Light No Fire will be like the new game, like the new main game that I play on my channel. But anyway, that's enough rambling. That's my initial reactions to the Light No Fire announcement trailer, and you should watch the trailer and let me know in the comments what you think Light No Fire will be like. What features could there be? Try to keep your hype in check, though, because, don't want to get, your hopes up too much. Just expect that it'll basically be a fantasy reskin of No Man's Sky. But, I mean, you're welcome to think up all kinds of crazy features that there could be. Just don't expect that they'll be in it. Just expect that it will be basically No Man's Sky Skyrim. But anyway, that does it for now. Let me know what you think of the new game coming out, and I'll see you later. I have been Mac. Thank you for joining me for a day, and remember, everything's going to be okay.